So today, I'm going to be giving y'all a review on my 2021 Honda CRF 250f. Like I said, I've had this bike for 8 months and I've ridden it on dirt roads, I've ridden it on trails, and it's had a fair share of riding. I haven't ridden it heavy, I'm a beginner, and the things I've noticed weight when you're riding and you're going down a trail, you fall over, you lay it over, that weight really comes into play. It's 265 pounds, I believe, in that ballpark. And so when you're going down that trail and you lean it over, in my case, it leaned over on me, and after riding, you're tired, and that bike laying on you, it can get heavy. If you're high school age or older, you'll be able to lift it. With younger kids, depending on their size, I mean, you gotta think about that. But the other thing that I would say is kind of a con is the suspension. It's a beginner bike. It's not like race bike, motocross. It's nothing fancy. So for what the bike is and the price, its suspension's good. But when you start riding more, I've noticed going in the trails, getting in some heavier, more like hard enduro, maybe medium enduro, you notice that suspension, it's soft, it's a beginner bike suspension setup. But thanks to aftermarket, there is suspension upgrades and all sorts of stuff you can do to improve the ride and improve the height. You can put a lift on it, so if you're taller. So that's a con, but with a little saving up in time, you can put suspension upgrades on it and still be under the budget of a bike that would have the nice suspension, but like already be ready, getting into that motocross suspension level or anything like that. Other than that, I haven't had a complaint. It's been a really good bike. Besides suspension and weight, that's the only other thing I would say. The shifting, you're not gonna find like that fine tune, quick, small shift. You gotta pull that clutch all the way. It's a pretty big pull, and you have to shift it. It's not just a little kick. You gotta get your full foot in there. But that is also because it's a beginner bike. It's not as refined as a motocross bike or anything like that, that's given with price point once again. So it's what you get. I would say it's good. So moving on into your pros, I mean, for one, your price point, these MSRP was $5,000, which now they're a couple years old, maybe 4 years old. So you can find one for 45, you could find one for 4,000. So it's in that range, how many hours you really want to put on it. Which mine I bought, and it had 10 to 20, the guy didn't know. And I got it for $4,500. I mean, for a beginner bike, that's pretty good, because you're looking at other bikes, they're 6 to 7, even sometimes 8,000 or more. And so for a beginner bike, that's a really good price point. And the reliability is amazing. I've changed the oil twice since I've been riding it. I've only put 20 hours on it, but I've never had a problem with anything. It's never shown any weird issues. I mean, everything works on it. And I mean, it has that Honda reliability, if I'm being honest. So it's a good bike. Say another pro is it has a keyed ignition. So when you're going and you're at a trail or you're at a campsite, you're like moto camping or taking it on the trails and you want to stop, you can take that key out. Your bike stays there. No one can just get on it and go if you have to leave it for a second. So that's a good thing. Just like a nice to know that no one can just jump on it and go. But other than that, I mean, pretty good cons and pros. I mean, I think they kind of outweigh each other for what it is. I mean, even with that weight, it's a steel frame, and the reason it's steel is so you can get that price point down. It's a lot less expensive to build a steel frame than your aluminum frames you have on motocross bikes. So that's all the cons are reasonable for what you're getting. All the pros are nice for what you're getting. It is designated as the Honda trail bike. The F version stands for fun, and it's for car passing by. It's for, I mean, fun, obviously, riding trails, going with your buddies. I mean, this is a bike usually that someone would say, hey, you want to go ride with me? I already have a bike for you. This is a great beginner bike. That clutch pull is easy. It's like a tractor. Now, back in the pros, when you're going up a hill or any hill climb, you just put it in first and tractor up that if you're not comfortable revving up it. I mean, it's a very beginner bike, but once you get past that beginner stage, there's, I would say, a decent aftermarket to make it where you're now in like a medium, like I know what I'm doing when I'm riding a trail. I want a little like rush. I want to get butterflies when I go around that corner. I want it to feel like I have more bike than I can handle, you know what I mean? So get that, like you still want that learning curve, I would say. So all around it's good. So going into the major specs, so your gas tank, I've already talked about handlebar area, keyed ignition. Your gas tank, it's 1.6 gallons, I believe. Going into your seat, it's 34 inches from ground, I believe. And so when you're on that seat, you feel, which this bike is for someone who's I think 5'6" to 6 foot, so there's a range. And so when you're on that bike, I'm 5'10" or 11, so when I'm on that, I at my height feel like I'm on the bike, like I'm the driver of the bike. I'm not in the air kind of too far up. With other bikes I've ridden, more motocross bikes, they're higher and they're supposed to be higher, that's how they are. I would feel like I'm in the air and not like I'm in control of that bike, the bike's in control of me. So when you're a beginner looking to buy a bike, that's really what you want. You want to feel like you're in control of the bike to get that what's the word? Confidence, oh my gosh, to keep it up. After riding some bigger bikes, that my brother has a bigger bike than mine. It's a more motocross bike. My confidence was tanked. After riding that, I didn't really care to ride much because I felt like it was above me and I couldn't get to the point where I knew how to ride it. And so after buying this, now I feel like I am the operator in it. I'm making it do what I want it to do. Moving on down to your engine, I talked about that, the shifting, which is given for price point and what the bike's really for. It's not, rev it out, shift. It's not like get up and get in it bike. It's, you're gonna drive down the dirt road to your grandparents or go up on some trails. It's a trail bike. It's tractor around, get in tight, small, difficult, hard enduro situations and be able to just bump your way through. I believe it has 24 to 26 horsepower, which it's all there. And with it being a trail bike, it has that torque that really helps when you're learning how to let go of that clutch. When you're first getting into it, a lot of times you let go too fast or don't get enough gas and there goes the bike, it stalls. This, you can let out, and it'll putter its way out. You sometimes don't even have to give it any throttle. So that's amazing. Lets you get comfortable with that clutch pull and everything like that. Moving down, you're at your suspension and out, so it has about 9 inches front and back of suspension travel, and it's about 9 to 10 inches off the ground. So you're limited on your height. That is a big thing, that when you're going over any bumps or whoops and you hit your bottom plate, I mean, that's a given. Dirt bikes are meant to get in it, but that is fixable. You can get that lift I was talking about if you're taller and you're bigger and you want something that's gonna, I don't know, get you up there more, and where you're not hitting over logs while you're going down a trail. But I mean, I would say for what it is, that height's okay. I mean, a new rider isn't going to be they're not going to want to go over that log. They're probably going to go around it or figure out something else. So for really what it's meant to be, that beginner range, it's a good bike. Now, on the personal opinion, after 8 months of having this bike, I've ridden it down dirt roads, I've ridden it down like some mud and ruts and, messing around. I've ridden it in pastures, and I went on trails. So through all that, the only thing I've ever noticed is that ride when you're going on something pretty bumpy. You gotta slow it down and take your time with the suspension it gives you, just so you're not like hitting that really hard and mess something up. But I love this bike. It's perfect learning bike for about 130 to 250 is the weight range, somewhere in there. I'm not completely sure, but I'm no dirt bike genius. This is just personal opinion, but in what I can remember. So when I've gone on that, the only thing, like I said, is you got to really slow it down. You got to take your time. You can't rip through those bumps. It doesn't take it as well. But seat height, I find it pretty good. My feet are touching the ground when I'm on the seat, and it's the suspension when you're going down a dirt road, just wanting to cruise. If that's what your goal is, perfect. You don't need more. It gives you a nice ride. You're not shaking. Handlebars don't make your forearms tired. If you want to stand up and get in a stance while you're going through trails, I mean, by the end of the day, with anyone else who's riding with you that has a bigger bike, there's gonna be a difference. You're gonna feel that fatigue on a bigger bike. With this, you don't feel that fatigue as bad. It's still there, but it's just astronomically different. So that is a plus. I'd say the stock tires are good. Mine aren't very bald yet. They're still really good. They're dirt bike tires. I mean, they get the grip they need to get, and you could change them if you want to turn it into more of like a enduro bike, street bike, like that type. And I found a website called Hyperlight Moto, no sponsor or anything, and they're designated for the Honda crf250f, and now they've added a couple other bikes, and they have page upon page of parts, aftermarket things, bling you can put on your bike, shiny billet stuff. They have a suspension upgrade, they have clutch pull kits, they have different clutches. I mean, they have lights. You can street legalize this thing. They can put a light up here, put a tail light. There's hand guards that go here for your blinkers and all that stuff. So it's a kid riding a bike. There is a great aftermarket, and with that, when you're buying a bike like this, I mean, your price point's low, your expectations are for a dirt bike, full dirt bike. Some people may not want to put that time in to upgrade things because they just want it how it should be, how they think it should be. But even when you're spending $400 to $4,500, that amount you have to put in once you get into dirt bike riding more and better is not something that is going to break the bank. It's still a good purchase because these are really reliable. You're not going to put that money in and it break after you do it. They're well known, they're built to last, they're Hondas, and they have a good aftermarket, I would say, for anyone who's just trying to have some fun, make their bike shiny and blinged out. They have good guards and everything like that. So all in all, it's really a good bike. Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Sitting on it, you can barely see it. I am flat-footed. I'm 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", whatever. 5'11" truly isn't a height, so I'm 6 foot. Not actually, but I'm 5'10", flat-footed on this bike. And like you can see, 165 pounds, how much that suspension goes down. I mean, it doesn't really go down like that, but I fit the bike well. So my size, if anyone's like my size, I mean, this bike is really gonna fit you well. So putting that kickstand up, when you're in this stance, I mean, once again, this is for my size. Like, I feel like I'm on this bike, it's like an appendage of mine, like I'm operating it well and moving it around. So that is a major thing when you're coming into the world of dirt bikes, wanting to feel like you're in control and having that ability when you're getting on there and you're about to take off, that your feet are at least the top or the front of your foot is touching the ground, so you're stable, you feel safer while you're doing that takeoff, getting into it, getting used to it. And I mean, other than that, I talked about all the other stuff, but I just wanted to show y'all the like what it looked like with my height. So yeah, now I was just gonna give y'all like a look around it. So these are aftermarket. Those are not what the actual like bought from dealer comes with. Sorry. This of course is your start button and your kill button. So whenever I turn this key and I want to kill it, I could press that, or I can just turn off the key. You do have a fuel light, which is really nice. And coming down, I mean, of course, there's your tank and your little hose to let out pressure, which this is an air-cooled bike, so you don't have that big like flare out that some of those bikes do with like radiators. Since it is a cheaper bike, kind of back end of it, your exhaust, it's nothing crazy like those FMF pipes or whatever. Back tire is bigger, wider than the front. Here's your other side. The swing arm, chain, motor. I did look and it has 22 horsepower, so I was wrong, but here's my hour tracker. There is a factory hole, kind of about the size of this one, that I just put a bolt through and used the bracket that came with it to put it there. It's out of the way, it doesn't get hit when you turn, which is really nice. So the front of it, I mean, it's angled, but front tire, your suspension is not going to be blingy but that's okay. It has these little covers, which you can get aftermarket ones if you really want to look the part. But all in all, I think it's pretty good. I would recommend it. I don't think you'll be disappointed, at least for a while, till you get better. So thanks for watching, and I hope y'all subscribe. And I hope this was useful and wasn't just a ramble, and that y'all could have a better judgment on buying a bike like this. So thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.